Can Simpsons really predict the future?
Yet another claim that The Simpsons predicted the future.
At times, The Simpsons predicted the future.
The Simpsons predicted.
The
Simpsons predicting the future.
Been asking how The Simpsons.
Oh, not just that. They also predicted the invention of the FaceTime and also the massive 9/11 attack. And not to forget the COVID-19. So does that mean The Simpsons come from future? Or do they have any sort of time machine? Or is it just those random so-called YouTubers and the content creators are messing up with our brains just for the sake of like and views? Today, let's unmask the actual truth behind The Simpsons prediction. By the end of the video, we're going to unmask all the conspiracy theories, so stick around. Year 2000, Season 11 and Episode 17. So in this episode, The Simpsons predicted that Donald Trump would be the President of America. Just take a look at this video.
As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump.
And now this. So in this video, they're showing that Trump is going down the escalator just like he did in the real life. Because he actually did. Let me break it down for you. So this entire Trump escalator scene was not even from the original episode of 2000. It was made after the real incident in 2015. I mean, of course, how can a cartoon get a pin to win details? It's not at all possible. I mean, just these YouTubers have to think before putting any conspiracy theories out there. Just do your basic research, right? You have the internet access. Why would you just put your thoughts on the viewers just for the sake of likes and views? And guess what? The audience buys it. They blindly believe in all the so-called predictions. So the thing is, The Simpsons actually made a TV short featuring this entire Trump escalator as a joke. They were not predicting any future. So this entire content was misleading just for the sake of this virality. So don't fall for it. Now this one is really crazy. In 1995, Season 6 and Episode 9, Lisa Simpson is actually video calling someone. Remember, this is still 1995. There were no smartphones and no FaceTime. So the FaceTime was actually invented in 2010. So some of the YouTubers hyped up saying that The Simpsons predicted it. Come on, the first video call was actually done by AT&T in late 1930s, and this was a one-way video call. And by 1970s, they launched the picture phone service. So, The Simpsons did not create any future here. They just took inspiration of this thing. In 1994, Season 5 and Episode 19. Here we see Lance Lady Doris. She's casually adding all the assorted horse part to this food. So, in 2013, the real scandal of horse meat actually happens. So people found out that they've been eating horse meat which was sold as a beef. And the conspiracy theories began. People started asking, the Simpson writers could have used any meat as a joke. Why horse meat specifically? Let me break it down for you. So in 1951, people used to use the horse meat as a pet food. And eventually it started being sold to humans as well, even though it was seen as a taboo. So the Simpsons writers were just making fun of that incident. They were not predicting any future events here. So the 2013 scandal has really nothing to do with this episode. But how did all these conspiracy theories begin in the first place? Simple. When the scandal broke out in 2013, people started connecting the dots between this episode and the scandal. See, it is very simple. This was a pure coincidence. This incident had already happened, right? So that is why The Simpsons took it as a reference and made fun out of it. No big deal. Don't fall for anything that you see on internet. So in 1998, Season 10 and Episode 5. Here in this season, the Homer Simpson is explaining a script to the director. The director loves it so much that he decides to steal it. So he took the script along with him to the 20th Century Fox. And here the sign is showing something like this. Now, back then, the Disney and the Fox were completely two different companies which has nothing to do with each other. But in 2019, the Disney buys the Fox for $71 billion. See, again, this is another coincidence because Disney had already owned ABC, which was pretty popular back then, and then it was so obvious that they might buy Fox anytime in the future. And the show's creator even laughed about it by saying that this was just a joke and nothing else. And he also mentioned that people might actually make this into a bigger issue, which is already happening because of this so-called YouTube creators and their conspiracy theories. In 2012, season 23 and episode 22, here we see Lady Gaga, she's doing a huge performance. She's flying over the crowd with the wires and she's wearing these wild outfits. It's insane, right? Now, 5 years later, in 2017, Lady Gaga performed at the Super Bowl and she did exactly the same. She was flying over the crowd and she wore the crazy outfit and she performed the show that was very identical to what we saw in The Simpsons. It's like they had a blueprint for a show. But here's the twist. Lady Gaga herself voiced this character in this episode. And not only that, she worked very closely in the designing of the stage and also what costumes to wear and what stunts to perform, every single detail. So, it's not The Simpsons who predicted the future, it was Gaga who was actually creating her future performance, giving us a sneak peek. Now, this is a little serious. In 1997, season 9 and episode 1, there is this quick scene in which this person is holding a magazine. And on the magazine, there is this big $9 sign. Right next to that, there is this Twin Towers. So if you look closely, it almost forms 9/11. But after 4 years, in 2001, when this 9/11 attack happened, people started connecting the dots. But it actually had nothing to do with this incident. So back in 90s, Twin Towers were everywhere in the pictures of New York. No matter which corner of the city you go and click the picture, you can't escape from this building. So that is why it was there in that magazine and it is not a prediction. They were just showing that it is a city of New York, that's all. And people started connecting the dots again, saying it as this is a prediction from The Simpsons. But in reality, it is not. So please stop overthinking. And this is a big one. So this so-called prediction actually shook me. Some fans have claimed that Simpsons have actually predicted the COVID-19 with the scenes of people getting the virus and having this quarantine-like situations, and even the characters developing the sickness and having the total lockdown. The Simpsons did not predict the COVID-19 at all. In fact, all the things that you're seeing from online, they're not even from any of the actual episodes. All these are edited and they have added the virus reference and the lockdowns to make it look like Simpsons have actually predicted the pandemic. But in reality, all these edits are completely fake. All these edit scenes that are being shared are just a manipulative content to create some drama and go viral. Because people love sensational videos these days. They don't want to take the information which is true and research. They just want some sensational videos with some lot of dramas in it, isn't it? See, here's the thing. Don't believe everything that you see online. Most of the things are designed to trick you and to get the views from you. Most of them know how to twist the fact just to go viral. And guess what? We've been falling for it, as always. And all the so-called Simpsons predictions are nothing but just a coincidence, a joke, and few of them are even twisted for the likes and the views. And you know what's the worst part? We just blindly believed everything. We ate up all the clickbait and we let all the so-called content creators to manipulate us. So, do your own research and think for yourself. Stay smart and stay skeptical. Please subscribe to our channel so we can unmask and uncover more truth like this in the world. And what are your thoughts on this so-called Simpsons predictions? Do let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.